This coming March, Vince Lee will go on trial in Winnipeg for second-degree murder before a judge alone. I guess no jury. The evening bus ride began uneventfully that night back in July. McLean was heading home to Manitoba after working at an Alberta fair. He chose a seat near the back of the bus. The bus stopped at a rest stop, and McLean made small talk with fellow passengers as they had a smoke. As the bus carried on toward Portage-la Prairie, Lee moved from his perch at the front of the bus to the back and took a seat next to McLean. That's fucked up. A movie played to pass the time. McLean listened to music on his earphones and texted an old girlfriend before closing his eyes and resting his head against the window. Oh, no. This dude was asleep. This becomes a quote. We heard this blood-curdling scream and turned around, and the guy was standing up, stabbing this guy repeatedly, like 40 or 50 times, remembered fellow passenger Garnet Caton. There was no rage or anything. He was just like a robot stabbing the guy. Passengers rushed to the front, telling the driver to pull over. They scrambled to get out while the attacker started methodically carving up McLean's body, ignoring the chaos around him. Everyone's screaming, running from the bus. Maybe a few of them are grabbing bags.
Maybe throwing stuff at him.
Carving up a human being. And he's not like...
That he's just killed.
Yeah, oh my God. Caton and the driver, they barred the door from the outside while they waited for the police. Christopher Algier was driving his truck along the highway, hauling a load of metal pipe from Alberta. I mean, this is Canada, motherfucker. Like, you read about this story happening, like, in the U.S., you're like, you know, wow. That's the first one I read about this week.
Yeah.
That this happened in Canada? Wow. He was hauling some metal pipe back from Alberta. He saw passengers running from the bus parked on the side of the road. He pulled over and grabbed a metal bar from his truck. That's fucked. It sounds like that moment in Dogma when, like, fucking Loki shoots somebody and the bus pulls over.
Oh, right.
That's crazy.
Did nobody try to help the dude?
Well, let's see. Alongside a driver from another Greyhound bus that had pulled over, Alguire went into the bus to ensure no other passengers were on board. He watched a man leaning over McLean's body, hacking at his neck with a knife.
Oh, my God.
Could you imagine, dude? Could you imagine that's what you see? Like, you get on
anything
the bus.
you think you're going to see when you get on the bus. Right.
Yeah, you're like, I wonder what I'm going to see. What could I possibly see? Like, what's the worst it could possibly be?
Somebody had probably said, like, hey, he's stabbing a guy.
Yeah.
And so you think that...
And you're like, I hope he's not stabbing anybody else. I'm going to make sure there are no kids left behind or something like that.
Right.
That door opens, you ascend those stairs, and just as you clear those seats, what you see is a human being hacking at the neck of another human being who's apparently not living anymore with a fucking knife. Would you ever sleep again?
I don't think so.
I might kill myself right there out of fear, just utter fear. Like, this is like, I look at
that motherfucker just killed Kev Smith too.
I'm looking at this situation and I'm like, this is not a situation I can suck my way out of. Like, I'm not going to try to offer to suck this dude's dick to save my life.
This is like the strip club.
You can't, you can't reason with a crazy man. You can't be like, look, I'll suck your dick, you let me go.
Right.
This dude might just very well kill you anyway. So at that point, I'm just like, I'm going to die. I might as well kill myself right here. Save him the trouble. So
well, it depends. I mean, if you're just stepping into the bus and he's all the way at the back, you got some pretty good lead time to run.
On the outside of the bus, they're like, they close
slam
the door.
Like, please. Get him, Kev.
Arm me. Give me a weapon. Okay, so hold on. There's more. His eyes were empty, Alguire remembered. It was like staring into a black hole. Alguire followed the driver off the bus and bolted the door. This is the other guy.
Because they're like, dude's dead already. Just keep him locked up.
Yeah, keep homeboy in there.
Right.
Then the guy came to the front of the door. I thought this was funny because it sounded like Jim Jackman. I'm going to do it as Jim Jackman. The guy came to the front of the door with Buddy's head in his hands, decapitated. That's literally a quote in the paper. Apparently in Canada they use Buddy quite a lot.
Right.
Jim Jackman always says, "Hey, did you see Buddy's thing over there? I was checking out Buddy's website, and it's just like a pronoun instead of saying that guy or something like that." I thought that killed me when I read it in print, though. I was like, wow. The guy came to the front door with Buddy's head in his hands, decapitated.
Do you save that clipping if you're like you get a quote in the paper?
Yeah.
Like, do you save that clipping?
Oh, and
for like later on in life?
Dead?
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Like, because that's the biggest thing that ever happened to you.
Did I ever show you the clipping? Did I ever show you what I cut out of the paper when they wrote about remember the Manitoba bus slang?
Kinda.
They quoted me on it. Here it is. I said I've been holding on to it for years. I can't believe I never showed you the clipping. He dropped the head and went back and started cutting the body back up, eh? The body. I saw him. He was hovered over the body and he was stabbing it. Like, oh, that's insane, dude.
It is something. I mean, how many people are on the bus?
I don't know. Let's say it was at half capacity.
So it's at like 20 people?
But 60 people running out of that bus.
And when was the bus trip? Was it at night?
Yeah.
So you know that they had the lights dimmed and shit.
Oh my
so
God,
you kind of see what's going on.
Yeah, so you're seeing it, but you're not seeing it.
The only time you're seeing it is when it gets to the driver.
So many details because you're not seeing a lot.
It's only when it reaches a driver and he pops those lights on that a few people are like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, like maybe 6 people.
Buddy's getting stabbed.
Yeah, like Buddy in action, and he was stabbing him and getting ready to cut Buddy's head off. Oh my God, man! Could you imagine? I would wear that for life. Like, I couldn't shake that.
No.
I'd be like, oh, the inhumanity. I remember seeing, like, in fucking, what was it, Planet Earth. They showed, like, the chimps attacking other chimps.
Oh, like eating them and shit? Yeah.
And I was like, I'll never be well again.
Yeah.
Like, I never needed to see that.
Yeah, I saw something on the internet once. It was so fucking horrible.
I can't unsee it.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll get like choked up when I think about it because it was so fucking terrible.
I don't even want to know.
No, I wouldn't tell you.
Child?
No, not a kid.
Is it an adult?
An animal, a little animal, kitten.
The fuck out of here.
Kitten, yeah.
Like killed on purpose?
Yeah, I think like for food or something.
Or something. Oh
no, like for food. It was like one of those.
So, but this kitten, it was like meow, and somebody killed him.
Yeah, little kitten, and he's like looking, like you can tell he's really. It's gonna make me sad even thinking about it. He's like God. Coming up because he's like curious. He's a kitten, and he's like looking at the camera, like he's looking at the camera lens because they're filming it. And then out of nowhere, this fucking Asian dude hits him on the head with like this like hammer type thing.
Yeah.
And the fucking kitten, like, it's not like it kills him immediately, but, like, you see his eye roll, like, one eye roll up, so you know, like, neurologically, like, he's fucked up now.
A lot of shit gets put in perspective in a moment like that, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
You're sitting there going, like, holy shit, I can't believe I can't believe I had an argument about the remote control.
Yeah.
Like, I wasted
Yeah,
so
fuck,
much
like,
time.
I can't even believe I took whatever job it was that got me into this situation.
Yeah. I wasted everything. All the time was wasted.
And it's just like, you look at shit like that, and you're just like, wow, some fucking buddy just got fucked up royal. But it's just like, that was somebody's dad and somebody's brother, and like guys went to school with him and shit.
Was somebody's kid.
Yeah.
Because his mom talks later in the article.
Yeah, like later on, his friends are like, what? What the fuck happened? Like when we were young, like when we were hanging out and shit, if I'm like fucking 24 and you're 22, and they're like, did you hear what happened to Kev? You better sit down for this.
Yeah, like, holy shit, you ain't gonna like this. This is really fucked up. Buddy got decapitated. You're like, hey, who's Buddy? And is Kev okay? No.
Fuck, buddy, I don't care about him.
Yeah.
What about Kev?
Look, my heart goes out to Buddy's people, but
It would be fucking like you wouldn't believe it until you, especially back then, breaking balls and shit. Like you wouldn't believe it until I saw your corpse. I'd be like, oh my fucking god. Or like I saw your mom and dad, and I knew that they were.
You're like, holy shit, Buddy is dead.
They fucking sawed Buddy's head off. Like you fucking never know what you're gonna get. Like you sit on a fucking bus, going to fucking Manitoba, fucking 999 times out of 1,000, probably better. You're gonna make it. I mean, you're not gonna get decapitated.
Whoever thinks of this, you never think for a second.
Like that kid's on that bus, he's like, oh, maybe some fucking hot girls will come on, and maybe he's like, oh, maybe it'll be cool to fucking I hook up with one.
I guarantee you, the biggest fear he had was like, oh, I don't want to have to sit next to somebody.
Yeah.
Like, man, I hope nobody takes my shit while I'm sleeping.
Right.
Or I hope nobody tries to touch my pecker.
If he's even thinking in the present, because that's how mundane taking a bus ride is. It's
that would be me. I would be like, I don't know, man, bus ride. Like, I would not think this.
They're always touching my pecker.
Yeah, I'm like, every time